Hi all, this is a tutorial on how to create groups for your classes and assignments on eCampus. First, you go to your intended class and then you scroll down to the administration panel and then you click users and then you click the groups tab. Now you'll be directed to a new page where you can create groups and groupings. Before you create groups for your classes or your assignments, you go to first you go to groupings to create the groupings for the groups. So groupings mean the type of assignment or the type of assessment where you have different groups under that assignment or assessment. So first you create grouping and then you name the grouping, for example forum discussion. So for the forum discussion assessment, you like to have different groups where students will be working in groups and they need to submit one video, for example, for each group. So if you have grouping description, you can put it here and then click save changes. So once you have once you have saved changes, you have the grouping for forum discussion. Now you have no groups under forum discussion because you have not created the groups yet. So now you click groups and then you click create group. You can also auto create groups where the eCampus system will automatically create groups for that particular class for you. You can also do it manually where you can add particular students to particular group based on what they have decided earlier in class. So today we are going to look into how to create group manually. So first you click create group and then you name the group, for example group 1, and then save changes. And then you click create another group using the same steps. Group 2, save changes, and group 3, also save changes. You can create as many groups as you need by following the same steps. So for the tutorial today, we're going to create only 3 groups. So once you have created your groups, you need to add the students into the group. So you go to add or remove users. So this is for group 1. So for example, you have 27 students in the class. Perhaps you have 3 groups, so maybe you need to have 10 students per group. So you can just simply click shift and highlight the names of the students. So you click add. And then you go back to groups. Now we already have 10 students in group number 1. So now you go to group number 2 and add students. So click add. And then back to groups, and then now you have 10 students in group 2, and then now the last group number 3, you add students. back to groups. So now you have all 27 students in the 3 groups. Now that you have created your groups with your students in each particular group, now you go to groupings, and you need to re-edit the grouping because you currently have no groups in the grouping, in forum discussion group. So what you need to do is you need to click this icon here and add your groups into forum discussion assignment. So group 1, 2 and 3, add, and back to groupings. So now for forum discussion you have 3 groups. So basically your the steps of creating groups and groupings have ended here. So now that you already have the groups for the forum discussion, what you need to do is you need to create the assessment for forum discussion where students can submit their forum discussion videos or any assignments that they need to submit, a Word document or anything. So you go to your main page of the class and then click add activity or resource, go to assignment, so forum discussion, you name the assignment. So for this assignment, students with their group members, they need to come out with a forum discussion video and they need to submit the forum discussion video through the link given. So you add the description, submit your file or video here and display description on course. You scroll down, you can see all the settings, the submission due date and cutoff date, but the focus today would be group submission settings. So if you click yes for students to submit in groups, so that means only one student is required to submit, and that submission will be considered for all the group members. So no need to have all group members to submit the file or the assignment, only one student from each group. So you click yes here. If you click require group to make submission, this means students from outside the particular group will be able to submit. So so you just simply put it as no. If you click require all group members to submit, this means that all group members in that particular group, for example group 1, all members of the group must click the submit button. So if you only require one student to submit, just simply enable yes for students to submit in groups. And then grouping for student groups, this one you have to select forum discussion, the grouping that you have created just now, so that this assignment will detect the grouping for forum discussion as you have created. So when you go to grading later, when you are giving your marks for each group, the mark will go to all students in the particular group. So now you click save and return to course. So if you click forum discussion, you can see 3 different groups for forum discussion. So that means when you view and grade the submissions, you will be giving the same 3 different marks for 3 different groups. So that means all of the students in each particular group will get the same marks. So I think that's all for the tutorial on how to create groupings and groups for your assessments and classes. Thank you for your attention.